According to Medical News Today, body doubling is a practice where a person with ADHD does potentially frustrating or boring tasks in the presence of someone else. The body double's job is to anchor the person with ADHD to the present moment, reducing the risk of distraction. This practice emerged in self-help literature as a strategy for self-ADHD management. The anecdotal evidence from people with ADHD suggests that they might find it helpful for maintaining focus or reducing restlessness. As we all know, there's nothing fun or motivating about doing laundry, putting away the dishes. It is 10 times more enjoyable when there is someone to chat with. I've talked about it before. Back on March 23rd, I ended up blocking some of the 3 closest people that I had in my life at the time. I was on the phone with all the time, talked with all the time, did so many chores with all the time. And it sounds kind of selfish, and I honestly can't believe that this is one of the things that I've been reflecting on as a person who is seeking solitude. But there was a time, especially before I started really committing to body doubling with myself, I realized that seeking solitude over isolation or resisting the temptation to call what you have isolation is in these tiny little normal moments that you were never going to think about when the friendship ended. I think when I was ending my friendship, I obviously thought about big things first, right? Did I see myself being invited to or a part of these people's weddings? Did I see myself being close to this person in another 5 to 10 years? Could I see myself going on fun vacations or trips or plans with them in 3 years because we hadn't seen each other some time and wanted to reconnect and show up for one another? Right? I had all these really big future plans that I was trying to run my mind through and see if I thought that the friendship was going to sustain those things. But one thing I never took the time to consider was these small moments. These moments that when the house is just eerily quiet and my mind won't focus and I just can't move forward in the tasks that I know that I'm supposed to be doing because I've been overwhelmed and just hit with this sense of dread and isolation, and I just need someone to help me sort of reconnect so I can get back to doing what I was doing. Those are the moments that I didn't consider, and unfortunately those are some of the moments that I definitely took for granted, and maybe that's just because for such a long time they were only one short phone call away. And while that's kind of sad and that's something that I've had to process and start to realize I do thrive on body doubling, especially when I'm doing my chores. This has been yet another opportunity for me to recognize my solitude outside of my isolation. When I pull the camera out and set it up and have to do a test run to see if everything is picking up correctly, and I'm conscious of the fact that I am on camera and I'm planning to use this footage on something else, that act alone helps me move forward with what I need to be doing as opposed to ruminating on whatever thoughts are distracting me. When I feel the overwhelmed sense of dread and a combination of I don't want to do this, I'm completely alone, and now my mind is wandering to other sad thoughts that are far more distracting and pressing than it's time to unload the dishwasher, the camera helps me regroup and helps represent as a symbol what I want to be doing. And so because it represents the work that I want to be doing, simply seeing it and simply setting it up does help me switch tracks and focus on what I need to be doing, much like a phone call to a friend would have. When I see the camera, I'm reminded that this can be a step to help me get going. This can be a step that helps validify one of the steps that counts as the process of folding towels, putting away dishes, cleaning the bathroom, making my bed, all of the little chores that are supposed to be getting done on a really consistent basis that I don't feel like doing on a really consistent basis. And I think more than anything, that has been my big revelation with body doubling, life with ADHD, and just as someone who is now having to sort of put these supports into place for myself, whereas once I had people who were just sort of like naturally doing it for me and I didn't have to really talk about it or explain it, I need to be more aware of how to support myself. This opportunity of sort of being forced to be my own friend that keeps me accountable during my chores, that keeps me on track, that keeps me moving forward, trying to teach my mind how to motivate myself by myself to keep myself going. Yes, it's been kind of lonely, but then one day I realized, wait a minute, I should talk about this experience because I think a lot of people can relate to this idea of I lost friends and I was prepared to lose them in these really big ways, but the little small moments in my life that are just passing away, I was not prepared to be thinking of them in the way that I am. But it has helped me realize that my friends have unique roles in my life. There's one thing that my friends helped me do that I was not appreciative of enough and will not overlook should another friend provide that for me, is keep me productive. And honestly, to them, I think I owe it to myself to keep myself moving forward, keep myself productive, and maintain the level of structure and routine and ritual that these individuals, unbeknownst to them, unbeknownst to me, were helping me build for myself. I think this is a really good stopping place. If you made it this far, thanks so much, baddie. Please leave a sparkle emoji down in the comment section to spread the energy, spread the word. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will reflect in the next one.